All right. Thanks everyone for joining us this morning for just a few minutes for our 10 a.m. Collider coffee break, where we just share what we've been working on at Collider and what's coming up for entrepreneurs within the community. So I will send it to Jamie this morning to start us off.
Thanks so much, and thanks for helping to show off our new space here in the Minnesota Biobusiness Center. So it's a great space, and I hope you can all check it out very, very soon. So this week, I had the fantastic opportunity to talk with students from Luther College. Our very own Eric, who is our intern with Rochester Rising, is part of the Rochester semester, which is the Luther College semester where students are involved in internships here in the Rochester area. And so I had a chance to speak to their group. Very amazing group of young men and women who are doing some cool internships here in the community, and some great Q&A. I was really impressed with the group overall, and it's a great program. And definitely, if you're an employer here in the community, you should know more about the Rochester semester. So please check that out, because it's a great opportunity to really get a young person engaged here in our community here in Rochester. So really, really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing more of what they produce over the coming months. So next week, Collider and myself will be part of the 10th annual Entrepreneurial Kickoff. This is the virtual event statewide to engage entrepreneurs, ecosystem support organizations, and really to kick off the year for entrepreneurship. Hats off to Lois and the amazing work that she's doing to support entrepreneurs all across the state. And I'm going to be participating in a couple of panels, and it should be a lot of fun. And I know I miss driving up to the Twin Cities. I always used to go and hang out, and it was a lot of fun seeing people in person. This year, I think they've come up with a pretty cool tech solution to be able to simulate that virtually. So I really look forward to that. There's still time to sign up. The event is on April 14th. And you can click the link here in the show notes, and you can see if you're interested in signing up. I think it's a fantastic event. Especially, I highly encourage all entrepreneurs to really take a look at this event. And with that, I'm going to send it back to Amanda in the yellow and gray room.
All right, so I wanted to start off by talking about the stories that we shared on Rochester Rising this week. So this week we talked with local entrepreneur Brian Wadier. Brian wears many, many different hats in the community and throughout his career, including being a jazz musician. He plays the keyboards. He's a respiratory therapist. He works at a telehealth respiratory startup, as well as he runs his own business, MegaWatt Entertainment. If you're not familiar with MegaWatt Entertainment, it's a mobile luxury trailer that brings a video game party to people where they are at. So it was a very fun story to be able to share this week with Brian in podcast episode 220, as well as in an article that we shared on Rochester Rising this week. So check them out, listen in wherever you like to listen to podcasts. Also, just a reminder that next week on Tuesday, April 13th at 9 a.m., we are hosting the first of many entrepreneurial education events through Collider. This one is for food entrepreneurs. It's called So You Want to Start a Food Business. So this is perfect for people who have an idea for a food-based business, but aren't quite sure where to get started. So we have a panel of amazing food entrepreneurs, including Pasquale Presa, Shandu Valori, and Andy from Infusion Foods, as well as Sharon Sue with Persimmon Bake Shop, who are just going to walk you through their story, the licensing that they needed, and just help you kind of figure out first steps to launch your business. So that'll be held virtually at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and we will share the sign up in our show notes. Also wanted to remind everyone that next week is also the next WE Forum, or Women Entrepreneurs Forum, talking about designing a business and business model canvas. So I'll actually be doing a little bit of teaching along with Christine Beach, who's the executive director of St. Mary's University of Minnesota. And this session is really an educational session to help people think about business model canvas, why you need one, and how to think about that. So the next WE Forum will be held on Thursday, April 15th at 8 a.m. from 8 to 9 virtually, and we will include links to that as well in our show notes. You can register and learn more. All right, that is it for me. I will send it to Jamie for his final thoughts for this week.
I attended the 1 million cups this week, which is something that I neglected to mention. And one of the polls that, first of all, Brandon Hendrickson, awesome job. Andy from Bitter and Poor, awesome job. Those are some great entrepreneurial stories here in our community. But the one thing that struck me was one of the polls that came up and asked the audience, when would you be comfortable with doing in-person events once again for 1 million cups? And I kind of, it was a poll I knew was coming, and I was very interested in the audience's reaction, which was essentially in the next couple of months. It was pretty overwhelming that people wanted to start getting back together in person. So that data, coupled with what Amanda and I have started to brainstorm and work on, has really led us to start accelerating our planning for events over the next, at least for the summer and into the fall. And we can plan a lot of events. I think we have our finger on the pulse of what entrepreneurs are interested in, but we really want to hear from all of you in the ecosystem. If you think that there's an event, something you may have seen in another community, something that you've always wished we could do, feel free to reach out to us and let us know. I think it would be really fun to really crowdsource out our event planning for the summer and the fall. And we would love to hear from anyone who has an idea for an event. The crazier, the better. Like this year, I want to start doing a little more crazier events. And I think that in many ways will help galvanize and bring this community back together. So please reach out to us through our social media, through hello@collider.mn, if you're interested or have an idea for an event that we could work together on and put out into the community to serve our entrepreneurs. And with that, I'll send it back to Amanda.
All right, thanks everyone for spending a few minutes of your morning with us. You can find a lot of the links that we talked about in the bottom of this video. So check them out and be sure to like the video and share with somebody that you think would benefit from what we talked about today. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll have a new coffee break next Friday morning.